Yes, so let's wait for a minute for everybody to join.
देखो जाओ मुझे क्या मालूम है सुबह को पूछा
I actually love how you say all behavior, I'm sorry, all feelings are okay and all behavior are not. Uh, we parents are really skeptical when the behavior is fine. Like if it's a good behavior, it's fine. But we are so not ready to accept when they are really bad feelings. Like I'm angry, I hate you, and I'm upset, and why do I have to do it? You say these negative behaviors is the one we are really difficult to accept. So I understand that you say you have to accept the behavior, but we should also consider our sanity when we do that. What if it keeps going on? Okay, say 6, 7, 8, maybe a child is able to understand when you are okay about what you feel. What do you do with this 2, 3, 4, 5 years old? Because you can't even blame them because obviously their brain is not still able to accept understand what is really going on, or it does take a lot of doing it over and over and over again, the same thing for them to understand. But how do you suggest or help parents do that? Like how do they keep their sanity and still continue to be as gentle and as nice to them as possible?
Got that. So the sooner you accept that all feelings are healthy feelings, the easier it will be for everybody. Okay, so when we talk about emotions, why do we have emotions? How do emotions help us? They help, it's our internal compass to tell us whether something is okay or not, whether our needs are being met or not. Our need for, say, survival, food, water, clothing, temperature, whatever. Need for power as in to be in control. I want to be able to make choices. I want to be able to contribute to what's happening. Need for choice, need for connection, love, need for fun, need for exploration, need for validation, acknowledgement. There are a whole bunch of needs, and these are universal. It doesn't matter whether you're in Bangalore or US or in a tribe. It really doesn't matter. These are universal needs, and we all have these needs. And when these needs are not met, we feel scared for our safety. Maybe we are scared that we will not get a chocolate. That's fine too. It's a fear that my need is not going to be met. I'm angry that you're not doing something, that you're not validating me, that you're not giving me attention. It's my need for validation, my need for attention, my need to have fun, to explore. And you're going on and on about go sleep, go sleep, go sleep. I don't want to sleep. How would you like it if your in-laws did that to you? Suma, stop it. Go inside and sleep. Get up. Enough sitting. Go cook. How is that? How would that land for us? But we are constantly giving out instructions to our children without having much of a how do I put it? Without putting much of a thought into what their needs are, what is okay for them, what is it that they're willing to do and unwilling to do, especially when it comes to unschooling and homeschooling. The whole joy of homeschooling and unschooling is that to accommodate the dynamic changing needs of each child. If a child is having a tantrum, why is the child having a tantrum? The younger the child, it's more likely to be, I want to have food, I want to be carried, I want to be touched, yeah, or I want to be, I want to sleep, I'm overstimulated, I'm understimulated. It is very basic. The younger you go, the older you go, it gets more complex. You're not appreciating what I'm doing. So when we are able to start practicing talking in this manner, to observe, talk in terms of observation, I see that you really need me to be with you right now. Mama needs to cook because we all need food. It's really, really uncomfortable for me, or it's really, really annoying for me when there's this bam, bam, bam whining in the background. I would really like some quiet. And then the volume of the whining is going to go up. Yeah, to acknowledge that you really don't like it when mama says that. No, but it's getting hard for me. I'm going to be back. Yeah, when you're ready to talk to me, please walk up to the kitchen. So the next question is, so are you saying it's never okay to raise your voice? What do you think? Okay, not okay in gentle parenting? Is it okay to raise our voice?
I think it's okay, but not always when it really requires.
How do you decide it really requires?
If nothing works, what else would you do?
Right. So raising the volume. Yes, Suma, you're on mute again.
Actually, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I guess every parent would eventually do that once in their lifetime. Like,
Yes, once in a lifetime, please. That could be an everyday reality in somebody's house, and that's okay. The difference is, am I screaming about what I'm feeling, or am I screaming at the child? Am I screaming about something, or am I screaming at the child? That makes all the difference. Yes, Pratima, you want to say something?
I was going to say that I scream most of the time, so I can relate to what you were saying. So I have twins and of course, last 1 year has been peaceful thanks to COVID, they being at home. But otherwise, the school time morning is quite bad. And in fact, everybody in my neighborhood also thinks that, I've lost it. Why am I screaming? 7 to 8 is like the peak hours of my scream. So I can quite relate to this. And when so that once in a lifetime, no, I think once in a lifetime, I might be in that 1 hour.
Right. So, what is that saying? It simply says that I need order and it's not happening. Somebody's crossing their boundaries and intruding into mine. Unfortunately, with children, it starts with I'm the adult. Yeah, I'm the adult, and there is this tiny little child that's completely dependent on the adult for everything. Now, slowly, this child is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. At one point, the adult and child are pretty much the same size. By the time they're in adolescence, there is some amount of mental capacity that is almost equal to an adult. Not as much, almost. But in the adult's head, I'm the adult and you're the child. That doesn't change. And you're constantly looking at, like a 60-year-old mother would tell her 40-year-old Daughter, what do you know about life? What have you seen in your life that I have? I have seen so much. I've seen 40 years of life too, and a different life than yours. So when we start acknowledging that, yes, children have needs, but I have needs too. Are there ways to find? Are there ways to, sorry, can we find ways to come to strategies and solutions that will create win-win situations? Your needs are met and so am I. Can we do that? Whether you're unschooling and homeschooling or you're in the mainstream educational system, this stands. The more you're willing to come to a win-win situation, the more cooperation and collaboration you're able to build. And the more cooperation and collaboration you're able to build, the more likely the child is to listen to you. For the youngest of children, I really don't know what is the overall age group of this particular group. But if I could take a couple of minutes to talk specifically about the younger age group, 2 to say 7, 2 to 7, 8 years of age. Something that you can do instantly. You try this for the next 2-3 days and come back to me if that doesn't work. Yeah. Take out a minimum of half an hour a day from your schedule where you're doing nothing else. No phone, no kitchen, no keeping track of the cooker, no to-do list, no talking to the in-laws and the husband and the parents, nothing. No TV, no screen, nothing. Just you and your child doing what your child wants to do. Allow the child to take lead. Let's play hide and seek. But my belly comes out of the side of the fridge, Baba. I can't play this. No, please find another way to play. Find ways to do things that the child wants to do for a minimum of 30 minutes. So that 100% attention that you give your child will fulfill the need for power, control, choice, attention, and value. The love tank, have we heard of that? Yes. The love tank, we all have a need to be loved, to know that I'm valued, to know that I'm worthy. And I feel this when I spend time with the other person. So invest these 30 minutes a day, call it a special time. In fact, if you could make it like a routine, okay, afternoon 2:30 to 3, we will sit together, do whatever you want. It makes it predictable, knowing, okay, mama or papa is going to come back. I'm going to have that attention. And I'm the one who's going to rule the house at that time. That's a powerful boost. Once all of these needs get met, the tantrums will automatically come down. The need to scream for attention, the need to roll on the floor for choice and control is no more there, because I know I get it. Yeah. Not to say that older children don't need your time. They do. Spending time with our children is an expression of love too. That's probably the most powerful expression of love. Do we have parents of teenagers here? A show of hands, maybe a thumbs up or something of that sort. Anybody with parents of teenagers?
I think it's mostly younger children in this group.
Younger children. Okay, great. So then we will cap it there. Okay. So we have another 10 minutes. So I'm going to be sharing Yeah. So we begin with listening. When we are with them, whether it is they're having a meltdown, they're having a tantrum, they're really, really needing your attention, they're crying, screaming, kicking, hitting, punching, rolling on the floor, whatever it is. First thing to do is take a deep breath to regulate yourself. Know that there's nothing personal about this behavior. This is not meant to make your life miserable. This is the child's expression of something not going well for them. So be present, adjust your body language to come to their height, their level. Just observe. Okay, you're screaming, looks like you're frustrated. You seem really upset. Okay, you're not able to do the puzzle, and that expression of yours makes me feel like you're annoyed. Do you need a break? Simply reflect back what you're saying. When they respond and you hear them out, summarize what you heard and understood. A lot of times, especially with younger children, their explanations are fragmented. It's sometimes they're stammering, stuttering, like pausing mid-sentence to jump into something else. The expression is sometimes chaotic. So it helps if you can repeat back what they said. Okay, so you thought that would look like a snake and you wanted that to move that way, but it's not moving. Is that why you're upset? No, I'm like, okay, I didn't get that. So tell me again. So the moment there is that intent to understand and connect, there is half the battle won. Something in us will just settle. So when we're really crying hysterically, we're really screaming hysterically about something, we're so upset. Who do we go to? A friend who would listen. The friend is not going to fix the problem. Talking to the friend is not going to change anything in my life. What I need at that moment is to be heard, to be understood, to know that I'm understood, to know that you get me. That's what children need at that time. So when the child is having a meltdown, the first thing you do is to try to understand what's happening in their life, in their space at this point in time, without judging it. It's just a puzzle, no? For that you have to do so much. No, that's your judgment. It's their world. You're crying over losing a ring. It's just a ring, no? How does that land on you if a friend said that? Right? So what we're looking for here is empathy, compassion, connection. For the child to know that you're listening, that the child is valued, understood, and to express all of that fully through our body, through our gestures, through our tone of voice, our eye contact, a gentle touch. If the child says, "Don't touch me, I hate you," don't take it personally. It's not personal. Then, you're really upset about this and you feel like you hate me because I'm not letting you do it. When all of this is done, you'll have an opportunity to talk, to say, when you were upset, you said that hurt me. It's okay to be upset, but we don't talk like that to people we love. That's not okay. So next time when you're upset, what do you think we can do? What do you think I could do to make you feel better next time? These are great conversations to have with our children. That's what I mean by open-ended questions. Instead of saying, do you think we should? Do you want to? Start with, what do you think? How does that? When can we have a talk about this? How about trying it out another way? Open-ended questions, listen to what they have to say, reflect it back to them so they know that they're heard. So when it comes to boundaries, what we really want to model for our children is that we speak for ourselves. Yeah. So when we get down to, you should not have done this, you should do that, what we're doing is we're judging, we're instructing, advising, all of which invites resistance. So you start with, I would probably do it this way. I felt uncomfortable when this happened. I was upset when this happened. It's really difficult for me to listen when you're talking in a whiny voice. Can I start over, please? Can you talk in a non-whiny voice? Can you please use your words? I'm willing to listen when you're ready to use your words. I know you're really upset, but I would like to listen to you through your words. Whiny voice makes it uncomfortable, whatever it is. I'm saying whiny voice over and over again because it is when things get dragged out that it fills our head. That we feel like, I just want to smash something right now. I'm just done. I'm just done. I don't want to take this anymore. I know it's a child, but I can't deal with this crap. That happens when it's hit the roof for us. So don't let it hit the roof. Start putting boundaries as soon as you know that it's not going to sit well with you eventually. Sometimes it did sit well with me at start. Then as we went along, something changed for me. I know I said I'll give you 2 chocolates, but now thinking about the other things you've had and we have a party to go to, I'm not sure that's a healthy idea. So I think I want to change my mind. But Mama, I'm like, I know, China, I know I promised to do that. This is how it is. I know. And I know I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Can I give you a hug? What else can we do to make you feel better? It's a question of what is it that I'm trying to accomplish here? So when we start talking in terms of rules, when we start talking in terms of rules, we are forgetting that there is emotion behind that. What is the value? Rules come out of values. Values are something that allow us to be flexible. So remember when I said all feelings are okay, but all not behavior is okay. Another version of it is all feelings are okay and all behavior is okay in a certain context. It's not that it's never okay to wear a black dress, but there is a time and space for that. It's not that it's never okay to hit. There is a time and space for that. When I have to defend myself, it's not that it's never okay to kill. As a soldier, you'll be rewarded for it. Right? So there is absolutely no behavior that is never okay. All behavior is okay in a certain context. So when we teach children from the space of values, we are giving them the freedom and permission to stand up for themselves and understand and evaluate situations before moving forward or taking an action. And to establish that no matter what the child is doing, it is the behavior that you're responding to. No matter what you do, I will still love you. That is not up for debate or conversation. I'm setting a limit. Yes, I know. I think about a month back, my son, he was constantly annoying me about, give me the TV, give me the TV, give me the TV, give me the, like nonstop. He would say that, right? One point I said, I need you to stop it. I can't take it if you keep repeating it like this. He just looked at me and said, Mama, you need to take a deep breath and then talk to me when you're calm. I was shocked, but I was proud. Yeah. So at that moment, if the child is able to get that mama's doing what she's doing, whether she's yelling or screaming or whatever she's doing, because that is what she's experiencing. It has nothing to do with me. Mama yelling at me or somebody saying no to me, it's not that they're rejecting me. They're rejecting my behavior. They're perhaps rejecting my request. And that's not the same as rejecting me. So that helps create safe and healthy boundaries without cutting off the bond and connection. Yeah? So that leaves us feeling comfortable with each other, open with each other, to find strategies and ways in which we can make room for each other that works for both of us. To say that my feelings are important, my needs are important just as much as yours. Just because I'm a child, I'm not entitled to everything. Just because I'm an adult, I'm not entitled to everything. That's called living together. Yeah? That's about it. We've come to the end. What's the time? I'm already exceeded by 4 minutes. I'll take, we can stay for question and answer for some time.
Yeah. Anyone has any questions?
Yeah, I'd
Did
like
we
to
did
ask.
address, yes, go on, Priyanka.
So I am facing a lot of problem right now with one thing that my daughter has an extremely sharp ears. Okay, so if anybody is talking, even in the side room, and if she's how much ever engrossed in some other place, she will actually know what the person is talking. But when I want to talk to her or convey her something, so it's like I'm just talking to a wall, probably sometimes, or there's constant repetition of things. I even try to change it and say, did you hear what I say? Did you hear what I said? To not make it repetitive. But it's like, yeah, I heard what you said, or yeah, I know what you said, but then there is nothing beyond that. And this really this listening power, this listening thing is that it's just that I me myself, if I say something, I'm done and I'm just walking off. I don't care what you say or I don't care what you think. And I have tried expressing and things like that, but I get very hyper and I start yelling and shouting, though I'm trying to get myself more calmer now. But again, I get anxious. So it works for 2 3 days with my own self also, then again I'm back to my own self with the whole listening thing. I want her to just understand. I'm not uh, focusing on the after part, but my point is when you are speaking, I am listening. So when I am speaking, be give me at least that much respect of listening to me. After that, छोड़ दो नहीं करने का तो it is okay. Say I don't want to do. I'm okay with that. But listen to me ना. मेरी बात तो सुनो. तो listening power का बहुत issue है with her.
Okay.
Priyanka, may I know what is the age of your child? 6 years.
So that applies to right now. Technically, that is really bothering me as far as her eating is concerned. I am having an extremely tough time with the whole thing of eating or even with the wearing of her spectacles. I mean, anything. She doesn't listen. So then all the departments get hampered over there.
Okay. So by eating, you mean she doesn't eat on time? She doesn't eat what you offer? What is it?
No, she just doesn't like to eat anything. She can stay hungry for the whole day. And she's absolutely okay with it. And fall sick also. And then she'll come back and she'll say also, I mean, that's what I'm saying now. She is extremely smart. She knows what she's doing it. She knows she's suppressing her hunger. She knows everything. And we've even made a healthy chart, a junk chart list. And, I'm working on it. Like I have made a chart where I have expressed, I'm making her write I'm writing in front of her. See, today you had idli butter. So you really liked it, right? So I'm putting it in the healthy chart. So now tomorrow, if I make it, or you can just tell me what you like from this and I can make it. मगर ऐसा मत करो यार कि मैं 10 I'm making, then you don't eat, and then मुझे headache हो रहा है because eventually that leads to her crankiness. So it's like there's a correlation to everything happening just because of the listening thing not happening.
Right. So it's not limited to the eating, it keeps progressing to other things as well. So what I'm hearing from what I'm sensing from what you're saying is that somewhere the connection it's not tight. Right? When there is connection, there is cooperation.
Okay.
So how much time do you guys spend together doing mindless things? So how many hours a day? Okay, think about this. Through the day, how many times are you giving out instructions to your child? You need to do this, you need to do this, you shouldn't do this. These are things I need to do. These many things so karna hi padega. So how many times are we giving out instructions? And how many instructions do we have? How many do's and don'ts do we have that is fixed? That is non-negotiable. That makes a big difference. And how are we saying this? At least listen to me, no, and then don't do it, but listen to me. So how are we saying it? That comes to that moment. But even before we get there, the relationship needs to get closer. So where did that break away? Where is it that the child is, if the child is pretending like I'm not listening, when would we do that? When I want to, I want you to know that I'm ignoring you. I'm listening, but I don't want you to know that. When will I want to do that? Either I feel like you didn't listen to me, or you're constantly telling me things I don't want to do, so might as well ignore you. There is something there that is not working for the child. And not listening is a coping mechanism. Shutting off is a coping mechanism. One way to do that, one way to address that, is to go right in front of the child, touch her shoulder, and say, look at me, I have something to tell you. This is something that I would want you to do. Would you be able to do it now or later? But I don't want to do it at all. Unfortunately, that's not a choice. Then what is the consequence? If there's no consequence, why do I have to follow it? So when it comes to consequences, yes, one is when it comes to health, check for deficiency. If she's refusing to eat altogether. So that's something that you need to take a different route. Yeah, but otherwise, I don't want to take a shower. There is a consequence for it. You've been muddy, or you've had, say, mangoes or whatever you're having. You could have insects over you. There will be ants biting you. If the child's not listening, let her be. She will experience it. And then she will learn. So what are situations where you can allow the child to experience consequences? We all learn by three ways. One, somebody's telling me that if you do this, this will work or this will not work. Two, I'm seeing that somebody is doing something, it's working, not working. Three is I do it and I know it's working, not working. All of the three ways are healthy ways. There's nothing wrong with it. Unless and until it is truly detrimental to their safety, I would say let them deal with the consequences. And if she says, no, I make 10 different dishes, I'm sorry, where are your boundaries? I shouldn't have to do it. Boss, this is what I've made. I think this is healthy and I would like you to eat this. Without this, we're going to get cranky. You know, I can't deal with that. It gets too much for me and I can't make 10 different dishes. That's not going to work. Let's figure out a way that it can work for you and me. If the child is refusing to eat for an emotional need, there's no point in doing all these charts and doing tenders. It's not going to work. If the root of the issue is in emotions, deal with it in an emotional manner.
Okay.
So you take that route. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I'll reflect on it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
How do you get your child to share things with others? How can I get you to share your car with me? Why does the child have to? We share because we want to and we can. I don't mind sharing my wallet with my husband. I'm not okay if my father touches my wallet or my son touches my wallet or I'm not okay if my husband, sorry, I'm not okay if my son touches my phone. The car, the tea set, the pinky monkey is their asset. They shouldn't have to share. But there are consequences of not sharing. They could experience that. You really don't want to share your toy. That's okay. You can tell her, I'm sorry, I would not like to share this right now. But I want you to know that tomorrow when you go to their house, they may not be willing to share either. That's how it works. You've got to be okay with that.
And one more thing is, I guess, sharing also comes with age and with experience. Like young kids around 2, 3 are really not willing to share because obviously they don't know what it means. As they grow, as they mingle, as they go out, they kind of experience it. What happens, like, if I don't share my toy, or other person will not give. There are lots of things that depends on age also. Like you have to take
Absolutely,
age.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
with younger children, with younger the child, the sense of identity, ki I exist separate from my mother, begins around 1.5
Correct.
to 2, and then it starts strengthening. By 3, the child clearly knows I can say no, even to my mother.
Yeah.
Then there is a barrage of only no. You can't hear a yes from your child.
Yeah.
Because they're practicing.
Practicing.
That is okay to say no. I don't have to accept everything. Or if you stuff and force me to eat, I can spit it out also. That's the revelation. To know that this body belongs to me. And that I can protect it. That this is mine.
Yeah.
And that extends to things. My body is mine. My things are mine. My mummy is mine. I can't handle you holding another baby and all. You're going to have a second child in this period. You had it.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, there are ways to deal with that, but that is something that the child is working on, and it's healthy. So I wouldn't tell the child, you have to learn to share. It would be nice if you share. Would you like to share? Maybe you would like to take turns. Hey, look at that. She's playing with something else. Maybe you can play with this for some time and exchange. So find ways to create win-win situations again. And if the child does get hysterical, remove the child from that place to a more private place to allow them to get those emotions out. So I have written a blog on all of this. Let me share my screen so you can follow me on Instagram, Integrated Parenting, where I post exclusively about parenting. I just got into Instagram about a month back, so forgive me for fewer posts at the moment. But anyway, so I am working on that. And at Preethi Sunallini is my personal account, but I plan to post stuff related to therapy, emotions, human psychology, personal growth, etc. So please follow, like, and share. And we have an Facebook page, and this is my blog site. I weekly post something or the other parenting articles, and pretty much a lot of what we have covered today is already there. So please make a note of that. Visit the site. I'm sure you'll find something useful. And the other things I do.
Yeah, so you guys have to go to her blogs and read it. It's really mind opening, and that's how I met her. And it was really wonderful and wonderful to have you here, Preethi, and lots of new information and lots of new learning actually for me. So thank you so much for being here. And those who want can please get in touch with her. The numbers are there on the screen. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Preethi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank
this
you, Preethi. Thank you
opportunity.
very much.
I truly enjoyed this. So please take a screenshot if you need to. So
Yeah.
get in touch with me, and that's what we could do. And I plan to, just to keep you updated, I'm going to start a book discussion club, language of life, about non-violent communication. So that's something that I'm going to come up soon, which is going to be